Hey guys, it's the 8th Android Gamer here, back with another video. In today's video, I am going to be dropping 150 orbs into the Legendary Ryoma banner. However, I'm not actually going to be going for Ryoma. I am going to be going for who I think is the best unit in this banner, and that is Hardin. So my goal here is basically to roll a couple of Hardin's minimum. Let's jump right in, and I'm going to be going only blue to do this. So basically, I'm sniping blue for Hardin. I would be happy if I got one of the Winter Robins as well. He is actually quite a good armor unit. I have enough of the Ice Princess there. I do not need any more of her. So Roderick, I think that was to start. Not anything too special. Not particularly thrilled with that. As you can see, I'm already at 9.5% because I've, well, sucked up until now with my luck. And yeah, no, not really any need for Florina. Really doesn't fit on too many teams, if I'm being honest. Flying unit, but quite honestly, there's many better than her. So let's go for the second blue of this little 5. And there we are. Wow, that was a great start. That was, I think, what, 3 summons in? 4? That's awesome. Let's see how he looks. That is exactly what I want to see. So, I already have a Hardin with a plus on him. I already have merged one. I probably should have just double tapped on him or held down. But the one I have, or the 2 that I've pulled, I should say, are both negative attack IVs. They are not what I want. So looking at this, 23 attack is, oh, seriously, that's minus attack. Oh, that's terrible. Wow, that's 3 straight minus attack hardens. So what that's likely going to be is fodder for someone else. I think what I'll do with that then is I am going to feed that into my Zelgius for Bold Fighter. That's probably exactly what I'm going to do. At this point in the video, I am going to be, I guess, getting rid of people from my list of heroes, I guess. I just thought, uh-oh, I don't have enough room. I don't think I only have maybe a couple slots left, and I'm going to be summoning 20 plus people, so I'm going to need to get rid of some people. If you guys want to jump forward to the next part of anywhere and I actually start to summon again, you know, no hurt feelings, I'll understand. This is really not all that interesting. So feel free to jump back until where we're actually summoning people. So with that Hardin, I mean, I'm happy to get Hardin. Obviously, I'm really hoping to get an IV that is anything other than minus attack at this point. However, getting a Hardin in general is still awesome because that Bold Fighter is going to be awesome for my Zelgius. That's going to give him 2 cooldowns per attack and guaranteed doubling. So that's no complaints there. And man, still just getting rid of, let's see. Pretty much my rule with getting rid of people is I try to keep 3 of them. So if I've got a unit where I've got like 6 of them, I'll probably get rid of 3 of them. In this case, I have lots of Ravens, so he's going to go bye-bye. Titania as well, I think I have 5. So I guess let's also, I know last time I was talking about my team setup. I won't spend too much time on it because it's not all that interesting. Up until now, I have had Hardin paired with Sugar, and that's really just because I like the having the sing, basically, having the ability to have 2 actions. However, I think I'm gonna change that. I think I'm gonna pair Hardin with the Black Knight. He has got 2 merges on him, I believe, maybe 3. 2, I think, is the most you can get actually. I think I'm going to throw that there for the color advantage, basically. The thing with Hardin is that if a green unit steps up to him and attacks, Hardin can generally survive, but in a one-on-one fight, he's just not going to beat a green tank, usually at least. So what I could do at that point if I have the Black Knight is I can push Hardin over, I can have the Black Knight step up from behind, and I can have him finish off the green unit, and then I can have Hardin take the front again with the Black Knight standing behind. And I'll probably have it with with basically buffs on the Black Knight so that he gives +6 defense and +6 reserves to Hardin. Ward armor, that is, I believe. And another... See, I mean, Abel is just not needed in any way, but at least I get 3 of them here. And... oh, okay, Katarina. Or Katria. Yeah, I have a couple. Not super necessary. Please, give me something useful. 150 orbs is, takes a while to save up. Lucas, I actually don't hate Lucas, but I just have so many that it's really not necessary. I suppose I can merge like a +10 Lucas together if I really wanted, but, well, let's just say I have higher priorities than that. And who's it going to be? Hardin, please. I'll take a Winter Robin and... oh, that's disappointing. Florina. There you go. So that's another... I think that's a second of her this time. Yeah, that's going to end up getting sent home or being used for some form of fodder at some point because it won't make it onto any of my teams. And who is it gonna... Tsubaki. That is actually fine. I don't hate getting Tsubaki's great for quick riposte, and I believe you can use, is it pivot or reposition on him as well? I think it's reposition. So actually, I don't mind getting him. He's one of the few that if I have more than 3, it's fine. I'll just use more than 3. And I think this was only red, I think. Yeah, so... okay, so that's a 5-star Dragon Scion Tiki. So that's the younger version. Does not have the lightning breath built onto her natively, so she doesn't have the close and distant counter built in. However, she is got better stat line in my mind, so you just inherit lightning breath onto her, and she's basically a better Tiki in my mind. And now we're moving on. Now, Gwendolyn. Yeah, Gwendolyn on an armor team's actually not bad. However, there are just so many good armor options now with Zelgius, with Hardin, with Robin, the Fallen version, I believe it is, with Black Knight, with Henry Halloween. That yeah, she's just not really a top tier unit in my mind. Oh no way, Serena. 2 blues. I always prefer to get more than 1 blue. Save just 1 or 2 orbs per time. That's great. Corin, a female version. Not terrible to be honest. Like, but she's okay. But I just have so many now. I end up sending them home for feathers. Mathilda, isn't it, or Matilda, however you want to say it. Yeah, that's my token. 1 of 3 or 4 Matildas I generally get every summoning. Blue. I wouldn't mind getting an Effie. Like, an Effie would be great with good stats. I've pulled probably 4 or 5 Effies, none are 5-star. I don't mind spending the feathers, and wow. Okay, well, there you go. So, pulled an Effie. I don't know exactly what her stats look like, but, I mean, that's always good, I suppose. Frankly, even if she doesn't have good stats, by the time I get one that does, I can probably +10 her with a lot of feathers involved, but still, she's worth it. Another one I wouldn't mind getting is Noe. I don't care if it's 3 or 4-star because I'll spend the feathers if it's the right IVs, and I'll just merge with the other 3, 4, and 5 stars I already have. Man, I am getting so many reds. If I was looking for Legendary Ryoma, this would be a great summoning because every single time there seems to be 2, 3, 4 red orbs. And, yeah, Oscar. So, Oscar, I believe, is a rider. Yes, he is. I don't like my rider team. It's basically made up of Sigurd, Sigbert, the rider version of Erica, and I think I use the blue mage, Reinhardt, that's it. And they're all, I think my Sigbert is +1, but other than that, they're all basically single zero merges, I should say. And they're, yeah, it's kind of a team I can use if I want to take people out and I don't need my units to survive. They do a fair amount of damage, but they are not tanky in any way, and they almost always die. So it's not a team I would use for Chain Challenge. It's not a team I would use for an Infernal special map that needs all 4 allies to survive. For that's generally my infantry team or my armor team. And sorry guys if you hear me sniffling a little bit. I do have a bit of a cold right now, but anything for a video. Odin, yeah. I can't even count how many Odins I've rolled. I actually don't know if there's a unit in this game that I have rolled more than Odin. I don't think so. Yeah, to be fair, I think that's the third one of her I've rolled today, but whatever. They'll get merged together. In case you guys are wondering, actually, what I'm doing with my 3 stars right now is I'm actually rolling all my 3 stars together. That is to say, I'm merging them together. Because I think if you were watching my last video, you may have heard me say that one of the series I plan on starting up is called Bronze League. And this is one idea I got from a Reddit user who, when I start the series, I'll give him his due. But basically, the idea is I'm going to be taking teams of bronze units and I'm going to be running through lunatic and inferno content. Now, doing that in their standard form is, well, it's not going to work very well simply because they just get crushed with that kind of stat line. And so what I'll be doing is I'm just merging as many bronzes together as I can, so I've got a good lineup, a good variety of +5, between +5 and +10 units that are bronze that I can use for that video or set of videos. I'm going to make it a series. And I think that's going to be an interesting series. You're going to see what you can do with all of this garbage fodder. You can put them together into, one unit that's +10 or something bronze, and I think it's going to be able to take on some pretty end game content. You're going to take on some Inferno maps with it, so I think that's going to be an interesting series. It's going to mix it up a little bit. I don't think there's too much like that on YouTube already. So hopefully you guys enjoy that when I get, around to making that series. I'm still in the process of merging a bunch of bronzes together. And Roderick, I think that's my third Roderick today. Second or third for sure. I'm getting down to my last 35 here. And no blues again. Oy, that's not spectacular. I am really hoping for at least one more Robin, Winter Robin I think it is, or a Hardin. That would make this worth it, because at this point I'm sitting on 1 Dragon Scion Tiki and 1 Hardin. I would prefer to have a second. And please, for the love of God, do not make it minus attack. Now, come on, Hardin. Show me a Hardin. And no. Matilda. I think that's my third today, and that's 3 that I did not want. Come on, 28 left. Come on, Hardin. Show me a Hardin. I need a Hardin. Fallen Hardin. So guys, have you noticed when the mist stays out longer, sometimes you get a better unit? And there's a Hardin. There we are. That is exactly what I wanted to see. Now I've pulled 2 Hardins and a Dragon Scion Tiki with my 150 orbs. Honestly, I kind of was hoping for a little bit more. I would have liked to have gotten a Winter Robin thrown in there in the mix. But to get 2 Hardins, I am not going to complain because I've already got 2. And this, if it doesn't have horrendous IVs and... Oh, there we go. So it's not minus attack. It is not plus attack, but it is not minus attack. This one appears to be minus speed by the looks of it. Which, honestly, that's one of the better ones that you can lose, simply because his speed's really not salvageable anyway. He's going to get doubled in most high-end arenas anyway because of Bullfighter. And so I think that was a minus speed. It was a regular attack, and I think that might have been plus HP, which is not great, but honestly much better than the IVs I've got till now. So I'm happy with that. However, what I was saying before is I've noticed that sometimes you do the summon here and the mist goes away immediately, and it's usually like a terrible 3 or 4 star unit. And then sometimes there's a bit of a delay, and maybe I'm just crazy, but I feel like when there's a delay, you've got a better chance at getting a 5-star unit. Like, at least when the mist extends itself like that, it generally is a 5-star unit. Tell me if I'm crazy on this. Leave a comment below in the comment section to see if you've noticed, to see if maybe I'm completely nuts. It's quite possible it's the latter, because, oh dear God, there is another Odin. Oh, I wish they would just pull him out of the game. Oh, and I'm over on my units, of course I am. So let's get rid of them. So I'll do some of these bronze merges I'm telling you about. So, for example, you can see some of my bronzes here have blue background. That's because I've been merging them together. So let's see, is there anyone I can use here? Oh, there we go. Yep. So let's use my Corin. He's now a +3. And let's see what else I have. There's just a couple. Don't need anything special. Oh, there we go. Let's use my Gwendolyn's. I will not be using my Effies, because simply I would prefer to have a +10 gold Effie, or 5-star Effie. Matilda, well, I get enough of her, right? So I would bet somewhere in here I've got some Odins to merge together, because, you know, I get like 17 of them every frickin' summoning. Okay, Shauna can go together. And so yeah, guys, by the time I've done a couple of these summonings, I'm gonna have enough, I would say, +5 bronze units to do my series with, whereby I can create these teams with reasonable, I don't know, customization, and hopefully take on some Inferno or Infernal, I suppose, maps. And and there's my Odins. Oh, but I'm very lucky. They usually give me 4-star Odins, like, useless. So 14 orbs left. That's probably going to be 2 rolls only, because I did not get a 3 there. Kind of disappointing that I didn't get a win Robin. I do like him. I think he's an excellent unit. He is a top tier unit in my mind. But I did get 2 Hardins, so I am happy with that. I'm not going to complain. I did get a minus attack Hardin, but I also did not get a minus attack Hardin. The one that is not my minus attack Hardin, I will be merging my other Hardin, which has a +1 already on him, into, and he will become a +2 Hardin. With the minus attack Hardin I rolled today, I'm going to be using him for Bold Fighter fodder on my Zelgius. And at that point, my Zelgius, who has completely neutral IVs and is +1, will have Bold Fighter on him and will become an endgame unit. He has Warding Breath as well, so with Bold Fighter, he's got 2 of the best A and B slots in the game. His C slot is not particularly that important. It'll probably be Armor March or maybe Ward Armor, something like that. So that is going to be it for my rolls today, guys. It has been an interesting one. 2 Hardins, 1 Dragon Scion Tiki on 150 orbs. Better than my last rolling video, but maybe not spectacular. Down to 15%. I guess I gotta wrap this up. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please drop a like and a sub. It's very much appreciated. Thanks again for watching.